What's up you guys and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Brandon. Today's video is not going to be our typical type of video. And I will just say this right now, this is going to be the one and only time that I speak about this. I'm not interested in any back and forth and some rebuttals and just doing this. I just want to come out and share something that happened a year ago. So back in 2020, about December, this is something that I've kind of bit my tongue on for the longest time. And yeah, for those that caught the last video that I did receive a lot of comments and criticism, constructive criticism from you guys, the viewers of the channel, saying, geez, Brendan, that was, really rude to single out Griffin, right? That's, it was uncalled for, kind of like a dick move to do so. And, it very well may have been. Like, if I could go back and just go back in 24 hours and not post that video, probably I would have just left that out. But I want you guys to kind of know the full situation here and the full story, because there's a lot of context that goes on to why I personally don't support this other creator in the YouTube space. If you're not familiar, he's got a channel in the exact same niche, doing actually really well. I think he's coming up on 100,000 subscribers, so like really good for him. I unsubscribed a long time ago. I don't watch this guy's stuff, and I hope that this video today is going to explain why. I actually have a video here that I think will basically do a good job of explaining my point of view. And by the way, the reason I make this video, guys, is because when I see the comments from you guys saying, hey, that was a jerk move, and why are you just blindly attacking this guy? Why are you targeting this guy, this other, your peer in the YouTube space? It does reflect a really bad light on me, and I did just want to clear the air. Griffin as well made a YouTube or an Instagram post story saying like, I don't know why he's doing this, and geez, this was over a year ago, and yeah, stop targeting me, blah, blah, blah. I hope that you guys are able to see my side of things when you look at this video. What you'll notice, this is literally posted December 29th, 2020. So over a year ago, I've just had this video unlisted. It's one that when I went to film, I was like very emotional, as you'll see in this. If I'm kind of talking funny, I'm just like, it's because I was fumingly upset at the time. I don't want you guys to just say like, hey, this is right, this is wrong, screw this guy or screw me. You can formulate your own decisions. I just want to kind of get everything out there so you guys know why this is not someone I support. In the YouTube community, there are so many amazing up and coming Canadian channels. Steph and Dennis are one that I really like. They have their own unique twist on things. Cash College, or this guy named Steve Antonioni, some weird name like that. This guy makes amazing videos. Like, I love his videos. I watch them each and every time. I've met so many cool YouTubers here in the Canadian space. Humble Trader, Departures Capital, Aaron. I even got the chance to go meet Jeremy from Financial Education. Like, these are my peers. These are people that I support, whether they sell programs or not, whether they have Discords or not. Griffin's trying to make this into a situation where I'm like, oh, he's stealing away my business. Just understand here, guys, that I love this YouTube community. I love this platform for helping educate people and this lifestyle that it's brought me. This is my full-time job that I do here. I support myself, my family, all off this. I love YouTube, but where I draw the line is when people are plagiarizing you. They're taking your content. They're trying to make a quick buck off of what you've done and created. That's where the line is drawn for me. And again, I think you guys are really gonna, maybe, hopefully, see my point of view in this video, but that's enough out of me, guys. Thank you for all the support. Let's get started with this video. I did not want to come out and film this video, but it's something that I really want to speak out on and just get off my chest, because this is really sitting with me poorly. For real, the emotions I've had over the past day, through being furious, angry, upset, disappointed, like really, it's a whole bunch of them. But at the end of the day, this was a year ago, and again, I was all up in it, but yeah, it's all good now. It's felt like I just got punched in the gut, and I just want to come out and make a video kind of showing what my thought processes are here. But today we're talking about this investing institution that was released by a fellow Canadian YouTuber, Griffin. Actually, I got some comments from subscribers and students saying that it looked oddly similar to what we have to offer here with the Investing Academy. And because we can start off, for example, I just looked, take a look at his website for one, and I'll just pull up my computer here for one. This website looks oddly familiar to what we have going at the investingacademy.ca. In fact, the URL is very similar in and of itself, the investinginstitution.ca. making investing simple for everyday people right here in Canada is one of our little models or hashtags. And although it is slightly different, we have a very similar layout with stock market investing made simple for the average Canadian. And I do totally get that we're in a similar niche. There's only so much, so complex you can get with a certain niche. So there's going to be overlap. But when I dug deeper and found things like, for example, at the bottom of, this is a minor thing, but taking a look at the bottom of his website, we saw just a very little, I want to say a similarity, let's call it, in how it's presented. But then it got a little more serious as I went in to look at the promotional video that he went for. So I'm going to play a couple clips and I'll let you guys be the judge of whether I'm being crazy here or whether this is a means for me to be a little concerned. And it gets much worse than this. Let's just play the couple clips back for you guys.
My name is Brandon, guys. You've probably recognized me. You'll probably recognize me from my YouTube channel, where we have one of the largest Canadian-focused YouTube channels that talks about the stock market.
Hey there, my name's Griffin Milks. You may recognize me from my YouTube channel, where I speak mainly about investing in the stock market and taking hold of your financial future through proper financial education.
And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how we can take anybody, I'll emphasize that, no matter where you are, no matter what you know, and teach you how to invest in the stock market from the comfort of your home with complete confidence. And not only invest, but do it the right way so that you go on to make a lot of money. And in many cases, depending on your circumstance, depending on your scenario, we're looking here at hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars generated in wealth over time. And that is not an exaggeration when you factor in the power of compound interest.
So I want to show you exactly how literally anyone can start investing in the stock market today and get on the fast track to wealth creation and wealth preservation, all through do-it-yourself investing, which over time can build you a portfolio worth hundreds of thousands and oftentimes even millions of dollars, resulting from recurring contributions on your part to a well-balanced portfolio and benefiting from compound interest.
This is a video that is catered towards Canadians because, as you may or may not know, in the world of the internet, a lot of the information is US based. It's kind of the hub when it comes to the finance world. And although a lot of the stuff is applicable, there's also a lot of stuff that doesn't apply to us as Canadians.
And I chose to focus a little bit more for this course on the Canadian side of investing, because the reality is that pretty much all the financial information that we can find on the internet is geared towards the United States and investing within the United States, which can be a little bit frustrating for Canadians.
So I have one more clip to play here and then we're going to dive into the juicier stuff.
That will take you from being literally someone that has little to no experience whatsoever investing in the stock market, all the way to having your own properly constructed portfolio based on your own needs as an individual.
It to me seems as though, although paraphrased slightly, it's almost like he's reading my copy. He's almost reading my script and my message for my viewers that, again, I've created over the past 2 years. But let me please be very clear on this. There's nothing illegal about going out and copying somebody's marketing. That's just the reality of it. This is the internet. And again, we're in a similar niche, so that's fine. But there's a lot of similarities and kept getting odder and odder to the point where I actually got this message from one of our subscribers who sent me this. Again, not to say that YouTubers don't do this. They often put things in their description, but join my investing institution versus join our investing academy, even with the little same chart logo. So again, very similarity. If you take a look at his logo that he decided to create for the investing institution, this is I'll let you guys be the judge of it, but he didn't even bother to create a unique logo. This is literally the same font that I have in the same bold and light structure. He put a little bit of the italics on it to spice it up, but he basically just subbed out his name for my name, or my name for his name with Griffin Milks. And again, these things just started adding up and adding up and adding up. And this is where I was seriously troubled. This is where I've been, I honestly don't even have the words to say. When I saw this, I felt like I got punched in the gut, and it just felt, I feel horrible. The craziest thing is that by filming this video, I wasn't even able to sleep properly because this was on my mind. And I actually filmed, when I first saw this, I wanted to come film this video when I was fuming pissed, but I sat on it a day to let my emotions calm down, and just give the most professional way of producing this information, the most rational way. But it's still, I can't get this off my mind, because this is where it gets really troubling. I took a screenshot on as he was doing his promotional video on YouTube, I took a screenshot of what his contents of the course looked like. And I actually compiled that up to what our Investing Academy offers. Here's a module just in particular called Setting Up Your Account. If you look on the right side of the screen, we start with step number 1 in terms of actually building your portfolio is choosing your broker. That's our first step. You choose your broker, where you want to invest. Once you've chosen your broker, you move on to setting up your investment account, or choosing your investment account, I should say, once you've decided which platform you want to go to. You take a look over to this this module 6 on Griffin's side, setting up your account and creating your portfolio. Step number 1, identifying the right broker for your needs. Step number 2, choosing the correct investment account for your needs. Following that, Questrade walkthrough, a mirror image of our third lesson in setting up your Questrade account, or a Questrade walkthrough. As you go deeper down into this list, you see he did something new by adding in the Wealthsimple walkthrough, Wealthsimple Trade, because I don't invest on Wealthsimple Trade. But as you go down this list, the comparisons from asset allocation based investor profile is the equivalent of our video called Setting Up Your Asset Allocation. We have 3 lessons here on building your portfolio with ETFs, building your portfolio with stocks. And this is what set me off right here. Building your portfolio, building a low-cost hybrid core satellite portfolio. When I saw that, I thought, I'm just thinking to myself this entire time, don't be irrational, right? This could just be a crazy coincidence. There's many ways to teach the stock market, and maybe there's a chance that he follows a similar structure. But when I saw building a low-cost core satellite strategy portfolio, which is one of the lessons that is one of our focal points of our course, it's one of the principles that we use when teaching our students how to construct their portfolio with certain investments and certain complementing ones, I have no doubt that this is no longer a fluke. I've never once heard him talk about that strategy. In fact, it's not even a common strategy. And to build off that, what's even funny about this is in this lesson, I have a random one called the different order types, which doesn't even fall into setting up your account. He has the types of trading orders. So again, a paraphrase name, but a mimic for mimic, a one-for-one copy of this entire module. And it goes on. If you take a look, for example, his module 5 called Investor Profile, which is what we call it as well, the Investor Profile. He only has 3 lessons in there versus we have more, but you can see, for example, determining your investor profile and style. That is an equivalent of our establishing your investor profile. Dollar cost averaging and patience. We have buying the dip and dollar cost averaging. Stock market corrections is the equivalent to our why markets crash. And then you see it goes on to that next module, which is a mirror for mirror copy. I'm just going to pause the video there. And geez, again, hey, maybe this is a year later and I'm still just maybe trying to, what do you say? What's the word? When you have a thought and you're trying to make it a reality, maybe I'm still in that frame of mind. But when I look at this, you guys, again, I'm piecing together this from the website being the same, from the logo being the same, from the marketing material being the same. Then I see my exact content in identical modules. Take a look at this screen right here, guys. I actually had lessons that should not have been in a particular module. So take this, for example, module 5, establishing your investor profile, essentially deciding, well, what type of investor are we going to be, right? Setting our parameters as an investor. What does stock market corrections have to do with that is a completely different topic. Stock market corrections should not fall under your investor profile module. Investor profile, stock market corrections, that's 2 completely different things. Now in mine, I had that there as why market crashes are buying opportunities. Again, if you go back to this other one back here, this was the hilarious one. Again, the one at the very bottom, the different order types, I had that in when it shouldn't even have been in that module. And for him to essentially, if it's a crazy fluke, it's a crazy, crazy fluke that he even had the same mistakes that I had in mine in his, right? So, geez, guys, again, this video goes on. This is an 18-minute video, and I just go on and talk about, my feelings and all sorts of stuff. And again, I was a lot more riled up at the time, but essentially, geez, I don't want to be totally bashing the guy. And I know I kind of throw these jabs in here and there. I just want you guys to know kind of my reasoning why. there's so many people that I support in this YouTube community. Like there are so many of my peers, again, who I've met, who I've befriended. You know, when I started off on this YouTube journey, guys, for those that have been following, like I've been doing this for like 3.5 years now. And when I started, I was definitely not the first one in, but there weren't that many. It was a much smaller community. It was people like Ryan Scribner, if you guys know him. Nate O'Brien at the time had like less than 10K subs, and now he's got in the millions. Jeremy from Financial Education, right? We all know Jeremy down south. He had just passed like 40,000 subscribers. Like he was just getting started. And I started this YouTube channel. If you go back and watch my old videos, like they're just like these dorky videos. And I was just trying to share some of the knowledge that I learned from acquiring from my dad. There's, you know, these people that were kind of that first batch of YouTubers, I truly do believe they were in it for like the right reasons. You know, the motives were to go out and teach people and to educate people. The reason like why I respect like Jeremy as a YouTuber, despite not seeing eye to eye with his strategy, right? He's got a very, very aggressive strategy, which is very different than mine. But I respect Jeremy as a YouTuber because he just stays true to himself. And yeah, he makes so much money off YouTube. It's a very profitable niche, but he's just like teaching what he knows. The same with Ryan, you know, the same with Nate O'Brien, and there's a lot of others like Cooper Academy, Whiteboard Finance was here. Nevertheless, like we were this first batch of YouTubers. Again, I can't call myself a first batch because that was not the case, but I was like, you know, an earlier adopter. And then what happened was that there was this next wave of YouTubers. And there was this next wave who started off as viewers. They were literally viewers, and they probably saw people like Graham Stephan and all these guys saying how much money they're making, how profitable this niche is. And then you have people that are in this space now just to make a quick buck. And I do totally get it. Like everyone needs to provide for themselves and look out for themselves. And if there's an opportunity out there to go capitalize on, like I say, congratulations, good for everybody. But when it comes to the point of repackaging what I've built over it's going on 3.5 years now, this is like literally, this is day in and day out. I've been grinding to build up my program and my product and work with people. And I literally spent nights, like countless nights, months and months at a time, developing this layout for the program and making it just so consumable for our students of the academy. Like some of the biggest feedback we get from people is the fact that, hey man, this is just such a well laid out course. You made everything so easy to understand. And for somebody out there to essentially just carbon copy that. Now I know he changed a few words, and again, it's not like word for word, but to me, there's a very clear, it's clear here what's happening, right? And geez, man, I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, for the respect of Griffin, I'm not going to go into like our emails and whatnot, but we did have some back and forth, like very respectable, his end and my end. I just said, hey, Griffin, I've sent you, when I came across this, I said, hey, I've sent you an email. Please address this. He said, hey, like this is all over Instagram DM saying, yeah, man, I'll be back to you in a moment, blah, blah, blah. He ended up taking the course down. So after I drew my concerns, he said, yeah, he was kind of in a weird situation. He actually took the course down for a number of weeks, maybe even going on a number of months. I thought everything was good. I just said, geez, man, and I said it to himself, go make your course. I am not against people making courses. Courses are amazing. Like, again, the course is not for everybody. If you're not the type that has the money for a course, you don't need the course, you can learn on your own, then good for you. That's amazing. But there are so many people out there that do seek courses, and by having a variety of different options on the market, it just provides more solutions for the viewers. And that is like, that's not only okay with me, I encourage that. That is what this whole thing should be about. But when you are just doing a carbon copy and essentially like mimicking someone else's stuff, like to me, that's plagiarism. Like that's literally what it is. It's plagiarism at the end of the day. And again, like he can go do his own thing. At the time, again, I filmed this over a year ago, and I was like, geez, I was so ready to just like, you know, tell everybody. I want to tell the world, like, what is this? I was so upset. And, you know, after long discussions with, you know, my dad and my circle, just saying like, hey, what's the best move here? Getting lawyers involved, doing all this. It's just that we decided like straight up, I'm going to kind of sit on it. I'm going to be the bigger man and just say, you know what, man, this is the internet. You're just going to go out and do this. Like, yeah, it was really, really frustrating, but I sat on this for a year. I kept my mouth shut. I sat on this for a year, but again, it's time and time again that I see a video that I do. And then there's literally, you know, a week later or a month later or whatever the case is, just like carbon copies of what someone's doing. I get it. That's YouTube. And don't get me wrong. I do draw a lot of inspiration from other people's videos. Like I absolutely say, hey, this guy did a really good video. I do that, but I like to give them credit. I like to say like, hey, I got this inspiration idea from this person, or hey, I saw this person doing a challenge here. I want to do this too. But don't just like try to repackage content as your own. That to me defeats the purpose of YouTube, right? YouTube is a place where we should all be sharing our own originality, our own ideas. Again, the fact that we're in the same market, there's going to be a lot of overlap. And of course, I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing, of course, you shouldn't be talking about this topic, do this, like do that, but at least be original, at least be, yourself. And that's something that is like why I say I respect a lot of the creators that I talked about who are taking their own edge. And yeah, they're playing in the financial field. Yeah, you could call them my competitors and my peers that could be taking away my market share. But that is the name of the game. There's enough viewers out there to go around. There's enough love in the Canadian market to go around. Like, it's not about that. But then Griffin made this, Instagram story again. Like, I literally just saw it before coming in here saying he's just playing like it's a year later and he's playing this oblivious game. Oh, We're
all having a great day, so I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible. Yesterday, I was called a flip-flop in one of Brandon Beavis's videos. I don't want to really bring my audience into it. I think it's a waste of time for everyone. In no way, shape, or form that I copy his content, period. So yeah, I just stuck to my grounds and said, look, I'm not gonna abide by anything you're saying.
Let me just be very clear here. The reason why I reached out to him a year ago was not because I was worried about him taking our market share and stealing away all of our students and that our business is gonna fail and that we're gonna lose a bunch of money. I reached out to him because he was basically repackaging our product, a carbon copy, and trying to make a buck off of it. And if he doesn't believe that's the case, and if you guys don't believe that's the case, maybe I'm in the wrong. And again, I don't want this to be like, make your own decisions, right? Make your own informed decisions. I just want to share for my viewers, right? The people that are commenting saying, Brandon, I've supported you all this time, but that was just rude. That was uncalled for. Absolutely, I could have left that out in the last video and no needed to throw these little jabs here. I guess I've been feeling a little bit edgier than usual this year, but I just want you guys to know my side of the story. At the end of the day, I wish him the best, man. I'll give Griffin a big congratulations like in advance because sooner or later he's going to be hitting 100,000 subscribers, which is amazing for him. Although I don't personally support his business and what he's doing over there, I hope that he's doing enough in terms of his course sales and whatnot. I know since then he has made some changes after we had this discussion and he brought his program down for a few weeks. He told me I have intentions of relaunching my course. And I said, as long as it's not our darn course, go for it, man. And if he's making a bunch of sales on his program over there, I'd say, good for him. But I just want to let you guys know why I don't support him. I just want you guys to know that I put my blood, sweat, and tears day in and day out to this YouTube channel, to building up my brand, my online presence. Our academy has grown into something far more amazing than I could have ever imagined. The type of connections we're making with people, the feedback. We're working with over 1,000 people across the country. My dad's involved. Like, it's just, it's my pride. It's literally what I do here on a day-to-day basis. I know that for a lot of people, maybe the program is like beyond their reach in terms of price. And hey, like, I'm very sorry for those people that maybe aren't in this, situation to join. We provide our students with so much one-on-one care. Students call me up literally on a daily basis, asking me questions, doing this. We send out welcome packages. We do these live events. We have special guests in. Like, we are just providing this full-on program for people. We value our time. We value our expertise. You're learning from myself, my dad, over 30 years of experience. But hey, if you want to go out and buy, a $200 program, a $300 program out there and go buy a knockoff, like a literal knockoff, hey man, maybe I just give him a bunch of promotion, a bunch of free promo. And like I said, I don't hate the guy, but I do just want to clear the air for my viewers because I don't want to come off as just blindly attacking people for no apparent reason. But hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support from each and every one of you guys who does tune into the videos, especially much love to our academy students. We're going to keep pumping out the content here. Like I said, we're back to normal programming, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts.